G'day everybody, Hello Jones here, good to see you all back. Welcome back to the show. Now today's topic is twofold. How did our team start? What are we trying to achieve? What did we do here? Why are we doing this? What is the point? Why is this the thing that we've chosen to do? And the other half is of all the different features, of all the different things that bring people together, all of the commonalities, all of the different pastimes or activities or attitudes that bring people together. What is it that the Illuminati have in common? What is it that these guys, these people at the top, what is their society built around? What is their culture built around? And why are they so damn lucky? All of this and more. I will also mention that I have a class starting at the end of January. If you want to find my website, alabarjones.com, and put your email in there somewhere, you'll be invited to this class, and I'll teach you all the tricks of astral travel that I know.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
So how did our team get into demon hunting, and why is it so important for us to exterminate them? And the answer actually comes back to the Illuminati. You see, these guys, they've been at the tippity top of society for a very long time. And it looks like if everything stays the same, they will stay there. They have all of the positions of power, all the money in the world, all of the everything. They even created something called the Federal Reserve System, which allows them to just create more money whenever they feel like it. So while the rest of us are actually slogging our guts out and earning a buck from the sweat of our brow, these guys, they don't have to do that. But all of this quest for power, all of this lust for power, has led them to sell out something very, very important. It's led them to sacrifice a part of themselves that leads them to power. Like if you want all of the power in the world, then you've got to give up something big to get it all. And that's where demonkind comes in. You see, we think that this practice of sacrificing to demons goes as far back as Sumeria with a witch queen called Semiramis. And this is the practice where your relationship with demons, these are the spirits that help you become more powerful. So I need $1 million. Great, I'll make a deal with a demon. Great, I'll get that $1 million, but I have to pay them. I have to pay them in something. And what is it that these guys are usually paying with? Well, it's usually with somebody else, either their whole body or different features of their personality or their body. I want their strength. I'll sell you their strength, or their willpower. I'll give you the right to take their beauty away from them and give it to a demon, or anything like this. These processes exist. There are manuals written on how to do this for humans. Kind of sad, really. But what you're looking at with the Illuminati is a group who, that is their tradition, that is their way of living, that is their culture, that is who they are. That is the thing that brings them together, is that they all have this relationship with demonkind, and it warps their personality in a certain way. Now, this kind of selfishness is pretty ugly at the best of times, but in some ways, this is a long game, but in some ways, this is a very short-sighted relationship. The way that demons operate is that they have no allies, they have no friends, even amongst their own kind. They do not. There's no love lost between any of them. Every demon would assassinate and eat their rivals in a heartbeat. And it's only through a complex system of bullying that that's not happening on a wholesale basis, I should say. It sometimes does happen on a small scale basis, but They don't share power, is my point. They're very ruthless and they couldn't care less whether you live or die. The only value us humans have to them is a fuel source. And they hate us for it too. They've got a really bad attitude. But you see, demons never share power. They don't empower their priests. They don't, every task that a priest performs has to be paid for. Right? There is no moment in which the priesthood of the Illuminati is independent from demonkind. They can't do anything without them. Now, if you've been paying attention to the global political situation, you would have seen the great health crisis of 2020 and seeing their machinations at work. You see, what's happened is that demonkind has developed so much strength, and I think people are kind of aware of that. There's some cheating going on with the upper castes of our world, and something not quite right. There's something a little bit unfair going on. And now we kind of know what it is that they've actually been selling other humans to demons. And there's lots and lots of material about human sacrifice on a small or large scale. But what we saw with the great health crisis of 2020 is that the short-sightedness of the Illuminati is that they're not just selling out a handful of people for their own personal aggrandizement. It's gotten to the point where they've betrayed their entire species. They've sold out their entire species. And I don't think any of them know how to get out of the situation because, if you turn on the Illuminati, they're like the mob. Once you're in, you'll never, ever, ever get out. There's no way out of there. So these guys are married to a very ugly wife in demonkind. And what they may not have realized is that demonkind is actually here to consume the entire planet. Our astral projection teams have seen countless planets that have already been consumed. And I think about 60% of this galaxy is somewhere along that process. It takes quite a while, apparently, for a planet to succumb to the infection that they are. But it means that the Illuminati can never get away from demonkind and they cannot stop serving them. There is no way out. Apparently there's also no limit to the number of people willing to sell out humanity, these collaborators, just for a little bit of extra anything, whatever their proclivity is, be it sex, drugs, rock and roll, power, fame, or whatever it is. There's people lining up to sell other human beings for that position. So what did our team do? Well, I'm pretty familiar with this relationship. I understand it quite well, I think. And the Illuminati, who are really running global culture into the ground, we've had 80 years of uninterrupted and increasing prosperity on the earth, and yet everybody's still poor. It's not that there's anything wrong with everybody working and creating useful stuff. It's that the guys managing the show are willfully incompetent. They're choosing for things to crash rather than work. It's quite an art form, destroying things and then telling the rest of humanity that they're trying to make it better. It's bizarre. And you see, demons don't share power. They might have a symbiotic relationship with the Illuminati and demonkind, but the demons are not nice. There's at no point have they empowered the humans to cast any spells for themselves. And without being able to cast any spells for themselves, then their position at the top of human society is in deep, deep peril. Because every time they do something bad, which they do lots of, every time they want something bad to happen, which is their proclivity, they don't have the demons to back them up and to manipulate reality so that they get away with it, so that they stay on top, so that they're still the top dogs. This game is over. This manipulation of the entire course of human history ends without their demonic allies. They're not capable of doing anything without their demonic allies. There is no power base. There's nothing special about these guys without their friends, the demons. Now, as it turns out, our team is growing quite adept at destroying demons, and I think we've taken a large percentage of them out. Well, not a lot, at least a double-digit percentage of them out. In my next video, I'll explain just how well we're doing. which is an update on the war because there's so many things to report on. But I think that their luck will run out. I think that once our team's goal is to exterminate demonkind, because we are absolutely certain that the power of the Illuminati, the power of the elites, comes from demonkind. And, it works. That spell system that they have, it works. So they've kept using it. They've kept taught it to their children and to their underlings. This is a tradition that goes on for a long time. It goes back to Samaria. And I even think the Christian church, so I think Rome, when it dictated that all of the Roman Empire would be Christian, I think everybody else became Christian except the elites in Rome. I think they continue to use this demonic sacrifice religion without ceasing. It's quite hideous, really. But it's what's kept them in power for so long, because the demons will manipulate the world around them in order to create the outcomes that the human needs. And now it's at a point now where the two of them are under mutual threat from the rest of the world. You see this in the form of censorship. You see this in the form of arrests of people like Julian Assange and what they did to Alex Jones and continue to do. They know that we know, and it's going to come down to the wire, this one, whether or not the elites stay in power or whether humanity really gets off its knees and claims our own world back. I feel like I've rambled quite a lot in this video, but I think I'm finally getting to my point. Whereas if we take demonkind away from the elites, then they're powerless. They're not going to be, a CEO sitting in a room with 100 demons backing them up, putting the fear in their underlings, saying, well, it doesn't matter if people don't want this injection, you better give it to them. Find a way. And it'll change from a dark wizard or a Sith Lord, you might say, pushing his ideas on people, to just a garden variety arsehole, trying to convince someone to hurt people. And I just think it'll stop working. I think their power will grind to a halt. Their ability to influence events will grind to a halt. I'm optimistic that without demonkind in the picture, that the Illuminati is more or less finished. All of their black magic was always the edge they had over the rest of humanity. That black magic depends on demonkind, and our group's whole purpose is to take that advantage off them. So humanity and the demonic collaborators will be on equal footing. It'll be a very different world to live in. So let's just see how that goes. Yeah, so if this sounds like something you want to support, if you think that this is a sensible thing to be doing, then by all means, like and subscribe to the channel. I recommend you come do my astral projection course, because not only will you be part of this movement to reclaim the magical space for a genuinely human effort, but also there's lots and lots of self-empowerment and trauma cancellation within this. So anyway, if you look at the class list, it has everything. That group starts at the end of January. So my love to you all. May the force be with you, and bye for now.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.